This month in Red Dead Online, we actually have 5 incredible and fantastic ways for players to farm double gold, double money, and double XP on all sorts of content in this game, and this applies to the new content that just released this month as well, in addition to a fan favorite role, call to arms survival maps, and more. So there's tons of options for you to try out, see what you enjoy most, as well as what also fits into your playstyle best for you, and more. You can either just relax and play for your own enjoyment, and honestly still stack lots of gold and money over the course of this month, or even just go absolutely crazy and grind like there's no tomorrow, and you'll make dozens of thousands of dollars in much less time than it would normally take to make that amount of gold and money. There's a lot to go over today, so welcome to the Halloween 2024 event money guide for Red Dead Online. Now jumping into our first bonus, we have double money, XP, and roll XP on all Moonshine sales. The key to success with the Moonshine roll includes choosing the right recipe to make as well as your shack location. First, I have to recommend the Bayou NWA location. I think it's ideal due to the smooth delivery routes that you get that are all nearby to Saint Denis, which is basically where you're delivering all the time. You get abundance of collectibles that spawn right outside the shack, and that makes it superior to other locations, even Tall Trees for example, and far better than the challenging New Austin location as well. Tall Trees is a really good spot, it's probably my second favorite, but some niche details about the Bayou Shack truly do make it a better option compared to Tall Trees if you're a true hardcore Red Dead grinder. Even though Tall Trees is near the Manzanita fast travel post like the Bayou Shack is to Le Gras, with the Bayou Shack only, you can actually respawn off the interaction menu and be placed right at the fast travel post in Le Gras, which is going to save you time from walking slowly up the stairs and out the door of the shack, and of course putting down your wilderness camp and fast traveling from there. Now, for maximum profitability with this roll, I recommend you make the Berry Cobbler Moonshine recipe. This is a 2-star recipe that sells for $453.75, and it virtually guarantees a buyer is going to be available as soon as production is finished, unlike other recipes. This recipe also avoids the resource-intensive and less consistent 3-star recipes that require rare collectibles like antique alcohol bottles or wildflowers. Berry Cobbler simply allows for maximum consistent sales with minimal time spent waiting for your preferred buyer, making it possible for you to earn significantly more money during your daily gameplay. With efficient management, you can actually complete multiple runs per session, potentially earning over $1,815 just from 4 deliveries. To optimize your Moonshine production here, ensure you've upgraded your Moonshine condenser as well as the polished copper still, and you've also reached at least Moonshine roll rank 15 to reduce the production time from 60 all the way down to 48 minutes. Also make sure you complete all 5 Moonshine roll story missions, because upon completion of that storyline, you'll also earn 8% more per batch of Moonshine sold. The missions themselves are really fun, and so they're worth playing for the enjoyment factor alone, but some players may wonder why my Moonshine may be selling more than theirs, and this is why. Now, in addition to those Moonshine story missions like we were just talking about here, we have double money, double XP, and double roll XP on those missions. And the Life of Shine is a narrative campaign that was introduced with the Moonshiners DLC. You get 5 story missions and 2 introductory missions, and unlike the missions that you find in Land of Opportunities in that campaign, these missions are designed for solo play, and players have the option to choose from 3 different difficulty levels. You get standard, hard, and ruthless. And this is a really good bonus because basically in 12 minutes of time spent on these missions, you can expect to earn about $65, but there are a couple notable downsides that you should consider with this content set. First, there's going to be a 48-minute cooldown with these missions, similar to legendary bounties, for example, which means you can't continuously farm them back to back to back over and over. Additionally, unfortunately, your Moonshine as well as your trader businesses will come to a halt when you play these missions, and so that may create a little bit of a dilemma here regarding whether or not you should prioritize playing them. Honestly, if you haven't played them, play through them this month. If you've already completed them, you know what they're all about. They're not really worth farming. Even with the double gold, there's going to be better opportunities we're going to talk about in a little bit, but the Moonshine story missions still have those bonuses, so I figured I should mention them here in this video. And moving on to number 3, one that I would expect probably players really like: double gold, double money, and double XP on All Hallows Call to Arms. With this, you can expect to earn 2 gold bars, $600, and over 4,000 XP in just 45 minutes to maybe an hour 15 minutes, depending on how fast or slow you are at completing all 10 waves of Call to Arms. The standard payouts basically would be 1 gold bar, $300, and around 2,000 XP for completing all 10 waves. Of course, slightly higher waves when playing with friends or random allies are going to vary a little bit with the XP. But for those out there who are unsure about completing all 10 waves, there is a very smart strategy here to farm the lower waves for that double gold to actually make more gold per hour than basically any other content in this game. Basically, you farm waves 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 as well. That's what I would recommend. And after you get to that wave, you can just blow up your character with dynamite or allow yourself to die mid-round, and then don't abandon the job, because then you'll get put on that 48-minute cooldown. Simply just replay the content and you will get paid the double gold per round you complete. Normally, of course, that's 10 gold nuggets per wave. Now with double gold, that's 20 gold nuggets per wave. So you can farm waves 1 to 5 on repeat. That'll take you about, 15, maybe 20 minutes at most here, but call it 15 minutes if you actually know what you're doing, and just farm that over and over. That means you can get 1 gold bar every, 15 minutes, which is 4 gold bars an hour with the double gold, double money, and double XP bonuses on Call to Arms. If you want to make that $600 for completing all 10 waves, go for it, but expect to commit to All Hallows Call to Arms and a playthrough for at least an hour as you complete those 10 waves. But if you're looking to farm the gold, just farm the earlier waves. Just remember to replay once you die. Do not abandon the job, because then you'll go back to free roam and you'll have that 48-minute cooldown on Call to Arms. It won't show basically on your account that you're getting paid, but if you look at the scoreboard, you'll see your payout for your full waves that you've completed, and then once you go back into the free roam, you'll see it all tally up basically in the top right hand corner of your screen. Now for the fourth bonus we're going to talk about here, this is double gold, double money, and double XP on all Telegram missions, and these are going to include the new hired loyalty missions, but also they're going to include the new source of employment missions, the tough business missions, Skelding's contract, as well as rough justice. Some are normal, some are hardcore, so basically what that means is you may have free aim, enemies may not show up on the minimap, things like that. But again, 12-minute timer, as always with time content in this game, that's what applies here. Aim to spend at least 12 minutes per mission to secure your 64 gold nuggets, which is normally 32 gold nuggets without any gold bonus. And for those players out there focusing solely on cash, you can aim for 9 to 10 minutes per mission, which is typically going to be sufficient here. But of course, with the double bonuses on gold, I would just extend it to 12 minutes, because that's going to significantly increase your cash as well as your gold earnings to approximately, basically, $70 per mission right there. When it comes to the new higher loyalty missions, as well as the rough justice ones that actually released last year, they're like reverse timed content. Usually the longer time you take, the more money, XP, and gold you make in this game. But on these types of missions, not all Telegram missions, just the rough justice Telegram bundles, as well as the higher loyalty ones, if you take too long, that actually will ensure you get less money. The gold is unaffected. Basically, when it comes to these newer missions, the rough justice and higher loyalty, as long as you just do what you need to do during the missions and don't dilly-dally and drag out the timer, whether you're timing yourself or there's a timer on screen, which there isn't, unfortunately, but either way, just don't take too long and you will ensure you get the highest money reward. Gold is unaffected. You could take an hour and your gold payout would just be the normal timed gold payout that you're supposed to get, which would be the 30-minute cap, which would be 48 gold nuggets. Of course, with double gold, that would be 96 gold nuggets per half hour spent. But you don't want to do that because your cash will diminish. So focus on earning, the 64 gold nuggets that you can for about 12 minutes spent, because that's how long these take usually. And anything past the 12 to 15 minute mark, expect to earn less than the $70 because your money will go down. But on all the other Telegrams, whether they're the new source of employment, tough business, or even Skelding's contract, just spend the 12 minutes. You'll get your $70 around that, depending on what mission, what difficulty, things like that, as well as your 64 gold nuggets. Now, finally, we also have double money and double XP on the featured series game modes. These are typical bonuses we have in the game. Unless there's double gold on this playlist for the month, it's usually not worth farming, even for beginners, because there's several other ways this month to make much more money at a much faster pace. Even if it's not, as beginner friendly in terms of content difficulty, a brand new player will still be better off with Call to Arms farming the low level waves, and will still be earning much more cash as well as gold per hour than a brand new player jumping into PvP with high level sweats who live in the showdown modes and completing full matches with them. That being said, while I recommend you skip grinding the featured series this month, definitely still check it out and see if you want to play it, because we do have the limited time Halloween game modes, like of course the fan favorite Fear of the Dark game mode, as well as Dead of Night, which are honestly really fun. And so if you have friends or you just want spooky party game modes to try, definitely play these, try them out. They're just not worth playing if all you care about is gold or money and care less about what content it is. But if you like the content, then these are some fun party, spooky, Halloween themed game modes to play for the month of October. But with that all being said, those are the 5 ways to make extra gold, money, and XP this month. We have some excellent opportunities. Definitely farm those Moonshine sales, farm some of the Halloween Call to Arms because they are limited time, farm the Moonshine story missions if you're interested, as well as the Telegrams. I'll be doing a mix of Call to Arms, Telegrams, and of course farming Moonshine whenever I can. So thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed today's video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and want to see more content like this. Check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Online video. We're going to be jumping in, checking out those 3 new Telegrams later on this weekend. All right, guys, have a good one. Adios, amigos.